Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if your name is Christian Combens, King, King Combens, I don't know what is going on. He has just dropped a new album. I'm sorry, a new what is it? Mixtape, single, whatever, called Diddy Free. Now I know what y'all going to say. Y'all waiting for him to say for waiting for me to talk about his struggle, baby, rap, but I'm not because at least he out here hustling. He knows he got to go make a living. He got that ambition, baby. Look at his eyes. This week is the burgers. Next week is the fries. But all jokes aside, first of all, everybody talking about some, oh my God, Diddy going free. You know who probably thinks the
Present,
prosecution did
and no longer
great
has a
job on the
voice who will
clothes,
pursue
King
justice for her accusation.
Because if you really thought
As of
Diddy
the
was
taken
going
against
free,
Diddy,
why
no
wouldn't you
expansion of
drop
the
this
investigation,
when he was
no
actually
isolation
free?
orders,
Because
no
y'all think
equipment
he
access,
going to
no
come home
suspension
next
of
week.
attorney communication.
Right. Y'all got that. But all jokes aside, okay, why wouldn't he drop this when Diddy goes free? One, he don't think he going free, but two, Diddy would probably get free and once again suck up all his blessings for himself. Let me talk to y'all for a second. Okay, because all these Diddy Glazers are so big saying, oh my God, Diddy's a perfect dad. Diddy's this, that. And let me tell you something. Diddy is not just toxic to women. He's toxic to his own children. You want to talk about sabotage, baby? Let's look at this altered pattern. But before we look at a pattern, can I just say one thing, Christian? I don't know what's going on. Last time you dropped a single, your daddy got arrested. Remember when he dropped that single, that mixtape on the feds, and they arrested him? You think the Christian CBS curse has struck again, and this is what's going to make Diddy go away for life? I don't know. But y'all, honestly, all jokes aside, okay, we got to get this straight. I will maintain that Diddy is not just toxic to women, he is toxic to his own children. Let's look at the pattern. First up, before we get to King, let's talk about Justin Combs. Justin, remember that college football career done. Why? Because Diddy got into it with the coach. Allegedly, he tried to swing a kettlebell at him and crack his head open, and suddenly his son, Addison's athletic future goes up in smoke. Poof. Bimos. Not a coincidence. Okay. Justin got accepted into Harvard. Diddy called them in and talked him into going to California to help run Bad Boy Next Thing. We know he is getting into accidents. Mesa is going off tweeting on Diddy talking about everybody knowing something's wrong with you. And and as much as people are talking about Diddy, the one thing the prosecution should have brought up is Misa Hilton and Brim's IG stories, because that told us everything we needed to know about Diddy before what we knew about Diddy. But it's not over then. There was Quincy, talented, marketable, had a real shot at being one of the biggest actors of our generation. Remember when Empire was casting, Quincy was supposed to play Jamal. That's right, Jesse Smollett role. But Diddy allegedly stepped in and tried to control the music rights. Bail fell apart. Quincy lost the role. Empire goes on to be a hit. And Diddy back in the shadows. Quincy finally booked star. Another Lee Daniel show. And guess who shows up? Again, Diddy always close enough to interfere, never far enough to let them breathe. And I remember that. Remember, Diddy was allegedly going to sue Lee Daniels, or at least the streets were saying that he was going to sue Lee Daniels for stealing his life story. Now, back then, we thought it was some BS, but now that we know that he really is a criminal, I don't know. Now, let's get to Christian, aka King Combs. He just dropped a rap album, but word on the street is, at least the streets are saying, is that Diddy wasn't lifting him up. He was blocking opportunities behind the scenes, allegedly calling people pulling rank and inserting himself where he shouldn't be, and even trying to take all his blessings. Why? Because in Diddy's world, no one shines brighter than him, not even his own sons. Youngberg, now known as Hitmaker, even came on the Joel Budden podcast recently and basically confirmed the theory that he
present,
has a pattern
and
of
no longer
stepping on
has a
his own
voice who
sons'
will
careers
pursue
when they're
justice for
starting
her
to rise up.
accusation.
He gets in the way on
As of the
purpose.
taken against Diddy,
Oh, y'all don't believe
no
me.
expansion of the
Listen to
investigation,
this.
no
All right,
isolation orders,
and I want to hear
no
what
equipment
every Diddy
access,
Glazer got
no
to say.
suspension of attorney
And I know they're going
communication.
to have a lot to say. Listen to this mess. Emmy, get you to another tier. Salacious. I'm not really. Say it in current. Like, what's the wildest? You seen? I mean, what Diddy? Nothing. What Diddy was actually like really super wild. Like, what I went viral for the wildest thing he ever did. I think I was in Atlanta and I was working with his son, Christian, cooking up ideas. And like, he Christian put him on FaceTime. He like, yo, we at the Riz Carlson, come back, blah, blah. We get back to the Rich Carlson. They having like a party in there. And it's the wildest thing ever said to me in my life. He opened the door. Me and Christian walk in. He like, what's up, pops, Dade? And then he like, what's up, nigga? I dabble up, what's up? I'm going crazy. Me and Christian just made some shit. He like, man, that where my music at. Oh, son, I think that was the wildest again. What did he say? F that ninja. Where my music at? How did Mark Agnelio and the whole world us to forget who this mofo really is? He didn't give a damn about Kim while she was alive at all. Took her through hell, had her looking stressed the whole time, literally stressed out over Cassie the whole time. Cassie is literally turning into his new freak, all P partner, while he cheating on her, beating on her. Diddy is not a good guy. And the fact that get this right, let's just call this what it is. Diddy does spiritual abuse because it's not just about industry politics. It's psychological warfare. How do you grow up under a man who tells the world he's a family man, but keeps pulling the rug out from under you every time you find your footing? Diddy's not a mentor. He's not a mogul. He's a mirror of the very industry. Rock. We claim to be waking up from, and anyone still defending him needs to ask themselves why they are so comfortable watching a father sabotage his own blood just to stay on top. He's the devil these fools keep rooting for, and if he'll do it to his own sons, imagine what he's done to everybody else around him. Now, before y'all say Christians ain't even talented, that's true as much as I literally clown him for his struggle. Nippo rap. He's not the worst rapper that but got talent. And even if he was untalented, your dad at one point ran the music industry. You could have hooked him up with the best producers, the best this, the best that. Instead, what did he do? The same thing he did with Cassie, minus the freak offs. Put him in the studio, had them working. Don't release stuff, sabotage, and then when you finally do get on with some beats, you hobbling your 55-year-old self in to get in front of your son who should be next up. Again, Justin gave going to Harvard because he was going to be CEO
and no longer
of Bad
has a
Boy,
voice who will
and
pursue
Diddy was gonna
justice
step
for her
out the way.
accusation.
Diddy never stepped out of
As of the taken
way.
against Diddy,
He just
no
made him
expansion of the
CEO
investigation,
in name
no
only.
isolation orders,
Quincy
no
tried
equipment
to get out of his
access,
shadow,
no suspension
get
of
his own
attorney
acting career
communication.
popping, and he got the looks, he got talent, he got everything. Diddy came in and messed that up. Christian should have been bigger than he was. He got the looks, he got the talent, they got everything they need, and your dad got access to every big name he did to Christian. What he did to Cassie without the freak offs. Still, these Diddy Glazers are going to be in You're incredibly biased. You gonna feel stupid when you get out. No, ninja. You gonna feel stupid. Cause let me tell you something. Let me let me tell you something. First of all, Diddy ain't getting out. Those prosecutions got that mof, and let that be a lesson for anybody that wanna do Diddy like crimes. But second of all, y'all, these Diddy glazers are sick in their head, in as much as they are defending his right to abuse, 'cause they want the right to abuse. Unlike y'all, I'm not gonna be sitting there eager on my knees, waiting for him to get out. And guess what? The Diddy glazers, he wouldn't even look twice at y'all. But then again, I don't know, we saw the escorts, like maybe he would. I don't know, the whole point of the matter is, Diddy is not a good person. And again, when I say good person there is something wrong with that man, and he cannot be allowed to be on the open streets. But for anybody saying, oh, but what about the children? What about the children? As sad as it is, this might be the best thing that ever happened to them. To get away from someone seems like all they do is do narcissistic abuse. But hey, that's just my opinion on what do I know. Anyway, shout out to Christian Combins, trying to do something on his own again. For anybody thinking Diddy's coming home, why ain't his son put out Diddy free? When the moment actually got let free, unless you don't think that's gonna happen again. Maybe we looking at a double Anger not free. Diddy, but I'm not free. Diddy, but I'm Diddy free. Maybe he's trying to send us a message. Maybe he realizes it's time to move past his father's influence, free of his father's influence, and step into his own right. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you all later.